UPSC can ask anything under the sun.
Successful candidates are better learners first.
Most challenging question is, why do you want to become IAS? They struggle to qualify because the approach to learning, that incisive way of understanding issues and problem solving is not something that they have been taught at early school.
This transcends application of knowledge and bleeds into what we say that your belief system is. Hi Shabbir.
Hi Deb.
So it's been a while since we did this.
Yes.
I think for today I have a special question for you. UPSC is a very tough exam. बहुत पढ़ाई करना पड़ता है, like understand the issues, current affairs. तो क्या ये really इतना tough है or is this a myth?
Yeah, Deb, it is a tough examination, but the toughness is not so much about बहुत कुछ पढ़ना पड़ता है, वो तो है ही. But it's about many other things. One of which is the approach to preparation.
So tell me this. I'll start off by saying the UPSC is supposed to be the mother of all exams, right? इसका syllabus बहुत vast है. So many people apply, only 1,000 or 800 qualify. Tell me what makes this exam so difficult?
Yeah, Deb, you're right. The civil service examination of UPSC दुनिया का बहुत tough exam माना जाता है. And the reasons are not just one or two of them, but a whole range, including vacancies कम होते हैं, including the fact that the syllabus काफ़ी बड़ा होता है और इतना aspirational level examination का है. A lot of people want to become an IAS and a civil servant, an IPS, an IFS. कहीं ना कहीं glamour quotient है, एक status symbol है. Some of the best brains compete for the examination. So yes, it is the toughest examination, but it is not simply about the type of syllabus or the number of vacancies. Toughness इससे भी है, lot of people, aspirants don't really understand what the exam is all about. उनको पता ही नहीं है कि UPSC क्या evaluate करती है, UPSC what is it trying to search in you and your knowledge base. So I think that makes examination far more tougher than the vacancies or the type of questions asked.
So what is the demand of this exam, right? That is the question we have.
Yes.
And what you are suggesting is that this is not really, subject matter.
Yes, yes.
And analyzing subject matter, but a lot more than that.
Yes, Deb. This examination को lot of people approach as UPSC can ask anything under the sun. They prepare like they're preparing for those deep quiz examinations school level पे या फिर कौन बनेगा करोड़पति KBC type के preparation करते हैं कि list of countries जान लिया, capitals जान लिया, currency of the world जान लिया, who has won what sport, who has won what award, उसको रट्टा मार लिया, the rivers of the world, the monuments of the world. So many people approach examination from that perspective, but the fact is examination वो नहीं है. The examination is essentially a way of identifying and picking up students and aspirants who have the quality to administer programs, so think about schemes for development, who have a knack into problem solving. So, वो वाला aspect I don't think most people understand or appreciate. So, the examination is not about awareness, it's not about facts, it's not about those trivia type of information. It is much more deeper, and that probably adds to the confusion of preparation.
What is the demand of a successful bureaucrat from a personality perspective?
Yes.
And what other dimensions are there?
They will be surprised to know this. Most challenging question students struggle to answer is, why do you want to become IAS? And if I look back and analyze or think about this, I think a बहुत fundamental question है before somebody even starts the journey. It's about investing 2-3 years of your lives. It's about preparing at a whole new level. It's about, for many of them, sacrificing their careers that they already are in. Some of them have to scale, unthinkable challenges, family, because of finances. इतने बड़े challenge में घुस रहे हैं and they're struggling about why do you want to become IAS. So this is a statement on people have aspirations about what the service gives them, but they don't really understand
Why
what
they
the
want it.
service wants out of them. The issue is around who the person is. The issue is about what the person wants to do.
So in a way, start with why.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Why your personality traits match in what way with a career bureaucrat, right? Humility, honesty, giving people respect, problem solving, like you
Yes,
said. There are
yes.
certain things that UPSC understands the demands of a bureaucrat, and how well you embody it is very important, right?
Just to emphasize this point, इंटरव्यू बोर्ड में हम ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, हम बच्चों को पूछते हैं why do you want to become IAS? The standard answer to this question is mostly around 4-5 things. One is it's my childhood dream. Second is I'm inspired by some IAS officer and what work he did. For some of them, sir, it's a great challenging career. It's a great for my future. For some of them, that is what they think is what they are capable of. And when I probe them further, the answers they give me is, sir, I think I can become a good IAS because, or I can qualify because I'm hardworking, I'm sincere, I'm honest. तो ये तो personality traits हैं and ambitions हैं, but they don't understand कि you will not become an IAS or the board will not select you as an IAS just because it's your childhood dream. So there is an element of vision that is missing, an element of purpose that is missing. All that complicates, spanning over almost 2 years in some ways, the cycle you prepare and qualify.
If I ask you the same question slightly differently, now if you look at the approach for success in this exam, right? Somebody wants to be successful. What should be the DNA of that person, or what characteristics should that person exhibit in order to be successful? I think there's a slight difference in the framing of the question.
When students come to us for training, for coaching, whatever we tell them, whatever we advise them what to do and what not to do, much of it is based on our instinctual evaluation. A lot of it is from our experience. A lot of it is commonsensical wisdom. But what we did, if you remember, is we tried to approach this in a different way. Rather than telling the students what we think works, we asked the successful candidates what worked for them. So we went on a survey spree. A couple of 100 students we interviewed, and to find out those who qualified and those who were successful, what worked for them, what did they do.
So hold your horses, right? I'll stop you there for a moment. I'll ask you a different question, and this will
Yes.
lead towards the answer. But what do students who come to you for advice ask? Like, sir, मैं क्या करूं? And they have 5 questions. वो questions क्या होते हैं, and are they relevant?
When students come to us asking questions that they want us to answer, the typical question they ask us are, sir, which optional to take? I mean, that is a ghost they can't bury. That is a concern they can't seem to get over, because always like the grass is other side. If you have taken sociology, you keep wondering, oh, maybe I missed out anthropology, was better. They take anthropology, then, oh, I have a friend who qualified with geography, maybe geography was better. So which optional is a big question for almost all of them. The second question they're troubled about is, sir, what books to read? What books to read, I think, is a question that can be answered on the YouTube.
Or Chat GPT or Google.
Chat GPT today. I don't think this is a question students should be bothered about.
Yeah.
Student asks us, sir, आप हमें help कर दिए to make a timetable. So how can we help to make your timetable? You should know your strengths, your weaknesses. You make your own timetable. Questions like, sir, ये topic पढ़ूं कि इसको छोड़ दूं? Somewhere, the questions are not really focused on what should matter to qualify. And these questions are very elementary questions. What optional to take? People should be researching and they should be done and through with these type of queries.
So in fact, what our students told us, very different from what those 4 or 5 questions you rattled off, right? About optionals and timetable and ये सारे questions उनके लिए बिल्कुल important नहीं थे, right? I remember, and let me consult our survey results.
In fact, the questions started with what
Yeah.
optionals and how to prepare, but they went to a different level in terms of what concerns them.
Correct. Top 5, okay? Top 5 best practices in cracking UPSC. The number 1 was consistency. Consistency in prep. The second was overcoming distractions. And, this was an aha moment for me. I'll tell you later. But third one was applying the concepts. So concepts padna hai, and then application of it.
Not quiz type of information. You become a walking, talking encyclopedia types.
Exactly. So application. Fourth was reading and writing skills. And fifth was a healthy lifestyle. So, if I look at this top 5, what does it tell me? I felt like these say that successful candidates are better learners first.
Yes.
Right? To me, they know the value of discipline and consistency. Very clear. They know how to overcome distractions, which is very different. And why I said it's an aha moment, because nobody asked about a timetable. Right? So I think the first fundamental thing is, if you can overcome your distractions, then you can set your timetable, right?
Yes,
and it
yes.
works. But somebody who doesn't overcome distractions but wants to follow a timetable will never be able
Will
to,
never work.
right? The third one was application of concept. And this is where I think I have seen your workshops and the questions we pick for examining in some of these workshops. None of those questions can really be answered with college education. Right?
Yeah,
I remember,
absolutely.
give us an example. I think that example was about feminism in India, right? And the question was, if I recall, though women in post-independent India have excelled in various fields, the social attitude towards women and the feminist movement have been patriarchal.
Yeah.
Right? What can be done to change it? So this is where I feel there is a difference between understanding a current event and what's going on and really applying it, right? And what the students are telling us is, this is at the core. This was the number 3 out of the top 5.
This is not to say that students should not prepare for facts and information, but that is not the core preparation. The core preparation has to move towards applying all of what they have learned and tackling such questions which is impossible to anticipate and prepare with a bookish knowledge. Aspirants tell us that they have spent more time thinking and applying what they have read. This is exactly what they mean.
And somewhere along the line, I feel this transcends application of knowledge and bleeds into what we say that your belief system is, right? आप एक चीज समझते हो, like what's going on in, let's say, collegium as an example, right? Whole collegium.
Supreme Court
issue.
Yes, collegium, appointment of judges.
Now everybody will say that legislature should not be involved in judiciary. I think that's fine, coffee table conversation. But what UPSC asks you or demands of you is to go 2 levels deeper and understand why this is so controversial. And there are many facets to it, right?
It's something like when you talk about the Sri Lankan problem, all of us know the facts. The capital of Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka is, who was the president, why did the crisis happen, because of agriculture issues, because of COVID issues. Okay. Similarly, collegium, all of them know this is a controversy. There are some articles, separation of powers. But you hit a right point. The answers should come from not these facts. The answer should come from the belief systems that you actually are rooted in. You will use the facts to substantiate what a belief is. You will use the facts, the information to develop an answer around what you consistently want to talk and practice while you are a civil servant.
In other words, your commitment to your vision. Right?
Yes.
This is where, like, a belief system is. Eventually, you believe in something, and are you committed to making that happen? I think they are trying to get to that level,
Yes.
and which is, I feel, an amazing level of challenge they're throwing at the students. And it is clearly not something that is about facts and analysis.
And
of
you know
facts,
what,
right?
Deb? I mean, even us teachers have erred here. Because as teachers also, many of us don't understand what is the level of preparation students need. The training cannot be simply about telling the students the facts, the details, those information which today is everywhere. It's commodity. It's easily accessible. It's easily marketed product now. So even teachers have erred here to train the students to the next level, where students can use the information and develop answers according to what a good civil servant should do and behave.
तो इसका एक मतलब तो जरूर निकलता है, right? It's very clear that infotainment or YouTube channels is not sufficient to crack this exam, right? Do you agree with me or not?
See, there's a difference between getting subscribers, making a platform sticky, and making a platform truly useful for the purpose the examination demands. So, I think these are transition times. People are experimenting. Good to see so much of diversity of content coming up. But yes, you're right. UPSC demands and preparation cannot happen with theatrics, with infotainment. The fun which probably trivializes or dumbs down understanding and information. It's interesting, it's sticky for a lot of people, but we are doing a disservice.
It is kind of like cheating, right?
It
Because
is,
you are telling
absolutely.
the student either directly or indirectly that you can actually watch this YouTube channel and get these finish this syllabus and crack this exam. Clearly this exam, the demands of this exam go way beyond understanding and analysis of issues to hardcore getting into your personality, the why you want to be an
UPSC
IAS.
preparation is all about personality development. The root of this examination is about soul searching, about who you are, and importantly, understanding the problems of the country, the society at a depth where you can actually be problem solving rather than simply knowing the facts and data around what the issues are. It's personality development.
And it's a little bit utopian, but shouldn't that be the objective of education in the first
Absolutely.
place?
Yes. It's sad, Deb, that this approach to study happens so late in somebody's life. It's sad that students are not exposed to this type of approach in the early school. And that is why a lot of students who come from modest backgrounds, they struggle to qualify. Not because they don't work hard, not because they're not committed, not because they're not sincere and honest.
Or intelligent enough.
Yes. Okay. They struggle to qualify because the approach to learning, that incisive way of understanding issues and problem solving is not something that they have been taught at early school.
I must recommend, you recommended the book Argumentative Indian by
Amartya Sen.
Fabulous book, and first 20 pages had me hooked. The way he talked about secularism and the nuances of secularism, it's not a 0 or 1, are we secular or not, but he went to multiple levels inside what different kind of secularism is there. On one
Yes.
side, India style, and the other side, the French style or the American style, and what are the pros and cons, and being a different society, what kind of things we should adopt. I felt like it was a lesson in opinion writing or forming an opinion. It's not very simple for somebody who has just gone through school and education and college education.
Memorized articles of constitution.
Yes, or seen 5 YouTube videos, or had coffee table conversation about secularism with 5 other people to create that opinion.
Yes.
In fact, he should have read Amartya Sen And he should have sat down with the fact, and we were talking about introspection in the last conversation, to form that opinion and then be able to articulately reproduce it compellingly enough to crack UPSC. Isn't
Yes,
it?
yes, absolutely. In fact, I think the time has come when teachers also read books beyond the prescribed syllabus books, and students also understand the importance of developing themselves beyond the syllabus and not reading process material, process notes, handouts, and those shortcuts. That's convenient, but I think that kills an aspirant and his chances.
So I must say this, and when I go and see old Rajendra Nagar or some of those places where UPSC coaching is done, and I have told you this in the past, that when I went to Agra, I saw this Panchi Petha everywhere, right? And Panchi Petha is, to draw that analogy, right? Everyone says, okay, take GS course, take the test series, take this interview coaching, and you'll crack UPSC. And essentially that drives me nuts, because these promises or these proclamations that ये कर लो फिर तुम्हें मिल जाएगा, ये कर लो फिर तुम्हारा हो जाएगा, it is misguiding students about what they need to do, what the demands of this exam is. And that's exactly what the successful candidates are telling us.
The chances of qualifying is not in the course that they join that finishes their syllabus. The chances to qualify is not based on how many tests that their students has taken. It's about the approach with which they prepare. It's about the understanding that they have developed, reading books, articles, authors beyond the syllabus. The root is, are they developing that personality that is befitting an administrator? Are they developing a personality, a vision that's befitting a policy maker for a country like India? Are they investing in their ability to communicate, in their ability to understand issues, that is deserving of somebody who is going to be part of the decision making for development for India? If we can understand that, I think preparation is a whole different game and not mere course completion, syllabus completion or test taken.
Well said, Shabbir. I couldn't have said it better. I think you covered the 4 things that students really need to do to crack exams, right? And starts with your personality.
Personality, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, me and Deb together for a small conversation about UPSC, how to prepare and what best to do in this course.